Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little while since I actually cast the OK, but I still do that, so here we are. And this is going to be from Kharak number 11, which started yesterday, and you may have heard we're doing something a little bit different with this one, where it's going to last the whole weekend. I mean, it's Thursday, but you know what I mean. So this was played yesterday, it's starting in the qualifier here. Just round one, it's going to be me versus NotaAlien. You won't have seen this guy before. His name's Siom on Discord. I hope I'm saying that right. And apparently he's not an alien, so I don't know if we can trust this guy, but that's what he says anyway. He's going to be spawning up here in the north playing as the Coalition, and here I am down in the south. So I turn my volume down just a bit as the Soban. Why am I playing Soban? Well, I'm definitely still a Gaussian main, but I just want to try it out. It's fun, you know. I like trying new things every now and then. I'm going to be going for an eco opener for sure right here because it's the Shallows. My opponent is playing Coalition, I'm playing Soban. It doesn't really seem to me like there's much point in, you know, worrying about like early aggression, especially not from a player who we haven't really seen much of before. Now that can sometimes be a mistake, mind you, like Hottest Man Ever, for example, he just popped out with assault ships like crazy early, right? And we were like, oh yeah, I mean, he's like a new player, we've never seen him before, he won't do much early aggression, even if he does, it won't work out, right? But it kind of did for him. But in this case, I felt pretty comfortable going for some early economy right here. Let's see what NotaAlien is doing. So he's already gotten LAV fabrication. He's going to be producing some as well. So he does want to get that field control, it seems, or at least be safe and protected. Going to go for base runner inventory, and this is something I've noticed about his playstyle a lot, is that he makes base runners very early. He makes quite a lot of them too. He likes to keep his place defended with turrets. Me being a little sloppy with the probe there, going to go down to 4 HP, but he is still very much alive. I was happy about that. But a little annoyed that I took so much damage on him there. I'm going to pop over here, and I'm going to see 3 LAVs. Probe does go down, of course, not really much chance to save that, especially because you can't tell him to move over here. Which always makes it a little difficult. You have to like find a place that you can tell him to move. But anyway, I do know that there's LAVs there, so I know, okay, potential that he's going for field control here, so I'll just back the base runner away over there. Support cruiser's already out, so I can go for AAV fabrication, and I should be fine. I should have a good game from here. Starting to get my second saturated right now. Only one salvager off right there. And I'll be making that next one very soon. And then I'll just go for the artifact grab there. Now this is this is quite a number of LAVs, I'm sure you noticed. And I think the idea here is that he wants to keep the base runner safe and get an extraction out with them, I think, but I'm not totally sure. One thing that comes to mind is that a lot of players, before they've ever played in tournaments, they actually haven't really played multiplayer with other people at all. So they're kind of used to how the AI does things, right? And the AI, of course, if you remember, they'll always, like, in pretty predictable fashion, like, at this point they'll send out this number of units, and then they'll send out this number of units, you know what I mean? So this actually makes a lot of sense against the AI, but I'm not going to pressure him for no reason. I don't have any reason to go here with a bunch of LAVs, right? So I'm just not going to do it. So these guys haven't really gotten them any field control, and all they've really done is protected this base runner, which is a pretty passive play. So things are actually looking pretty good for me, so long as they don't attack me right now, but it doesn't look like they will, and the AAVs are already coming out, right? That's my observation anyway. Also a turret going down here in the middle, which is in kind of a suspect position, I think, because of the geography of the hills right here. I think it's too easy to get close to that turret, right? But it is going to be kind of annoying later on in the game when I discover that that actually does exist there. So I'm going to see, okay, that's quite a number of LAVs right there. I wasn't expecting that many. And I do kind of get split up right here. I mean, I've got high ground on this guy, but he's obviously not going to be able to take this fight. I should be careful here. He's going to get out, just barely. One AAV's coming up the line here. But that's a lot of LAVs. And I think I'm definitely putting a bit too much trust in this guy. Especially if they get high ground up on that hill there, they'll be able to take this AAV out without taking a single loss, I don't think. Anyway, I decided to mix things up a little bit here, so I'm going to go for fighter and gunship fabrication. Don't usually do that, but I thought it'd be fun. NotaAlien, meanwhile, getting his first support cruiser out. And yeah, now here's what I mean about this AAV, like, look at that. They're really putting on the damage there, you know what I mean? And that might seem a little weird, like, isn't the AAV the counter to the LAV, but with no armor upgrades on these guys, and these people having high ground, and there just being so many of them, yeah, you can definitely kill an AAV pretty quick, and he can only target one at a time. So I definitely am going to need to get some numbers to deal with this, but I should be fine defensively speaking. And this LAV that just kind of got himself stuck up in the corner, not going to be able to shoot at this base runner just a little bit. Just because, you know, why not? Always nice to be annoying, huh? So, strike fighters coming out now, making them 2 at a time. Well, that's awkward. I wish it wouldn't do that. But I'm going to discover that this turret is here. So this guy, who already was damaged, could have potentially gone down there. He's just going to have to back away. I have gotten heavy vehicles armor 1 now. But the turret's damage is high enough that that doesn't make so much of a difference. LAVs definitely want to attack these LAVs up here. I'm getting a little bit of a surround now with the AAVs. I'd love to take out that turret if I can, but I don't want to do it while there's interference being run by these LAVs. But fortunately for me, they're just going to run straight at me, and so I feel like this is okay. Now I want to get high ground here, but I also don't want to get killed by the turret, so I was kind of looking to see if like maybe there's something I could do there, but it doesn't look like it. And actually that is going to cost me 1 AAV, so that was a little bit silly. But this is definitely a good trade for me. Air units are getting launched now, as you can see by the yellow circles everywhere. I really don't want to be using missiles on these LAVs here. It's always a little tricky for me to get them to shoot at the right people. Just want to take out this turret. He goes down. Now I've got field control, so I can move in and do whatever I want. And my first thought here was, well, look, there's a sport cruiser. Maybe I can just take this out, right? So I'm going to move the AAVs up with the LAVs as well. Just everything that I've got on the field basically going to come after this mining location. And the idea here was that I did already use some missiles from the strike fighter to take out that turret. So if I'm not able to, and this should be an anti-air turret push, shouldn't it? Anyway, if I'm not able to take out the sport cruiser here, well then I've got some LAVs to take care of it for me. But it looks like that was actually enough. And now I'm going to go after that turret, although I think I may have... No, yeah, they're on the turret. I was thinking actually in-game maybe I had told them to attack the base runner on accident, but it looks like that was correct. So my opponent does have some railguns up here on the high ground now, so I'm not going to be able to be too aggressive with these AAVs, but they can stay behind this hill pretty nicely. I'd really like to kill that base runner, because I know he's been using it a lot. And even if it hasn't been particularly effective, if your opponent is using something, you know, you want to stop him from using it, right? But yeah, I won't be able to go up this hill, obviously, because of the railguns there. I actually think for a second here, okay, well, they don't have any armor on them, so maybe I can just poke up and kill some of them, but yeah, I realized that was kind of a bad idea, so I start backing away again. Smoke's gonna clear, and I think this guy's just barely gonna... Oh, I guess he can shoot through that rock, but it looked like he was fine. I tried. But the air transition worked well enough for me that I'm just gonna make some more of them here, and they're coming up. I know that railgun's pretty weak to air, and there's no way he's got any anti-air on the field just yet, unless it's a missile battery. In which case, maybe I'll lose 1 strike fighter, but I'll kill all these... Excuse me, I'll kill all these railguns. That definitely seems worth it to me. So here we come. That's 3 rails down, 1 more to go. And the AAV should be able to just march in basically uncontested. Now we see missile battery fabrication coming out for NotaAlien, which is not a bad move here. Obviously, I mean, he needs some anti-air. But I think he could have done it with those anti-air turret posts from the base runner. It's just that then he doesn't have as much protection against AAVs. But still, when there's this much anti-air on the field, you know, you gotta get... Or when there's this much air on the field, you gotta get anti-air out as fast as you can, right? And I can just cycle him in and out, you know, so I'm constantly gonna have air superiority here, just like smashing down. On the salvagers now, that'd be the next target here, because AAVs have enough health pool that they're pretty tanky, there's no reason to be going after them. But the salvagers I can kill pretty quickly. And I've gone for our, assault cruiser fabrication as well. And so I think it's about this point I just start making them. Because, you know, those things are pretty nice, actually. I quite like them, especially in a scenario like this where you already have your opponent down, but it's a little hard to push into this choke point here. Yeah, railguns can do it, but you have to mass up quite a lot of them. Seems like assault cruisers is just kind of easier in this scenario. Another artifact going to be extracted for me. That'll bring the scoreline to 3-1. And this game looking very much over, I'm sure you can tell. Another railgun just kind of casually shooting through hills here. I should remember these positions because it seems like this comes up actually quite a lot. Yeah, I didn't expect that guy to die there. Yeah, assault cruisers are on the way here. One of them going to be finished in about 30 seconds, I think. I should ask people who are good at using air units, like, how do you stop them from targeting the wrong unit like that? Because that always happens to me. Like, as I'm flying by, I want him to attack over here, but as he flies by this AAV, he'll drop the missiles on him, for example, you know what I mean? Like, how do I stop him from doing that? I don't know. Hard to say, but anyway, Salvager's going down here. This is going to be, obviously, quite problematic for him. No counterplay, no backstabs at all, because, of course, I've got vision over this whole area. I'll know if he leaves. And with the armor upgrades favoring me, I could almost take... Like, I can't take this fight, but I can take it for a long time, you know what I mean? Smoke can isolate the AAVs, and then I just try to take out this base runner now. He doesn't seem to notice, so he's going to kind of let that go through. That's all I really wanted right here. Assault cruisers coming up, and that'll easily be the counter to these AAVs, so I can just pull back now. I dropped a smoke too. I'm just going to fall off. He's going to come back to base and make his final stand, I suppose, but I've definitely got what it takes to beat him here. Only 2 salvagers left, and his economy definitely in shambles right here if we look at the resources. I'm floating quite a bit here, but it's I can't spend it, you know? I should really research railgun fabrication, I guess, and then get the production upgrade, but I don't know. Going for another base runner here so I could potentially win off of extraction too, why not? Actually, I don't know if he did this on purpose, but that's very good splitting there, and I don't seem to have noticed it. That's what you want to do, for future reference. It's against assault ships too, right? Find which one he's targeting, tell it to move off. More salvagers gonna go down here. There's nothing left for NotaAlien. I don't even know if he... Yeah, he can make his eco back, but obviously we just get bombed out again, right? Another base runner comes out here, but that's not going to be able to do too much, I'm sure you know. This is something I always do, gosh dang it. I want to hit T, and I hit R instead, and this guy just like heals for so long. Like 20 seconds, he's just going to be sitting there healing. Anyway, I guess we can enjoy the beauty of an assault cruiser pounding on a carrier. It is a sight to behold. Wouldn't usually work, I'm sure you know, but like when this carrier's powered up and stuff, but at this stage of the game, it's pretty effective. And there it goes. So that's going to be GG. It was a fun match. But NotaAlien shouldn't be too discouraged. He'll go against other people in the other rounds. Good start of the tournament for me. And let's go ahead and cast another one from this round then. We've got 3 of the games finished so far, so I'll just jump into the next one. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in that video.